And in case you missed it, on Sunday evening, Kyle used a racial slur during an iRacing event. Today, he has been released by Chip Ganassi Racing. Here is the statement put out earlier today. After much consideration, Chip Ganassi Racing has determined that it will end its relationship with driver Kyle Larson. As we said before, the comments that Kyle made were both offensive and unacceptable, especially given the values of our organization. As we continued to evaluate the situation with all the relevant parties, it became obvious that this was the only appropriate course of action to take. Here's a timeline of what's happened the last couple of days. As we said, on Sunday evening during an iRacing event, Kyle Larson used a racial slur. On Monday, Chip Ganassi Racing announced his suspension without pay. NASCAR followed with their own indefinite suspension of Larson from competition in NASCAR. Larson then, around noon Eastern time on Monday, issued his own apology on social media. Partners also announced terminations with Kyle Larson, among them Chevrolet, Credit One, McDonald's, and Clover. And now joining us is NASCAR on Fox analyst Larry McReynolds. Larry, as you look at Chip Ganassi Racing, what is next for this organization?
Well, right after that statement, Adam, Chip Ganassi said, we are not going to be in a big hurry. And quite honestly, I don't think they should be. I think we all know we're still several weeks from being back at the racetrack racing. So take a step back. You may actually be surprised who might be out there and be available. But the other layers of this is Chip Ganassi cannot just choose a driver and say, here's my driver, let's go racing. All of these companies that elected to stay with Chip Ganassi Racing walked away from Kyle Larson. He has to go back to all these companies, and they all have to sign off on who this new driver is going to be moving forward.
The one name that's already been floated, and it's a logical one, is Ross Chastain. And the reason that name is so logical and has been connected to this circumstance of the future is because he's already under contract with CGR. What are your thoughts about Chastain and the possibility of him being the next driver in the 42?
Well, I know all fingers are pointing towards Ross Chastain. To your point, Adam, he has that association with them right now. He's run Xfinity Series races for Chip Ganassi. He won an Xfinity Series race. And the biggest thing with Ross Chastain is he overachieves, and no matter what he climbs in, it doesn't matter what series, he gets more out of the equipment than I think's there. He has shown that in all three series that he races in. But the other thing I would do if I was Chip Ganassi, I would lean on a guy that's got almost 20 years of experience in driving the Cup Series, and that's that driver in that one car, Kurt Busch. Look at Kurt, say, who do you think would be a good fit here? Who would you be a good teammate with? I think that would be somebody good for Chip to lean on.
Yeah, and when you look at Chastain, so much of the positive points in his history were with Chip Ganassi getting that Xfinity win a couple of years ago, which was the first of his career. Larry, as always, thank you for your insight on the subject. And, of course, this is a story we will continue to follow.
For more great NASCAR on Fox content, subscribe to our channel. It's somewhere right around here.